Now, before I get into this video, I just want to say I have not fully completed Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. So, that being said, please continue. Now, I like the Like a Dragon games just as much as the next guy, and the Yakuza games for that matter. But what I specifically wanted to be talking about is how Like a Dragon is a game. Now, like I said before, I haven't fully completed the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth game. But that being said, I have also played multiple hours of it, grinding the ever living life out of that poor soul. And let me tell you, it has been a wild, wild ride. But what I really wanted to do is compare it to the other games, compare it to what I think of it so far without beating it, without being overly invested, and what I think of it as a base value. Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh no, please! It's not the same game! Don't do that! You don't even know it. Are you even a real Yakuza fan? Rest assured, I could tell you, yes, I am a Yakuza fan, and I'm not trying to compare them to say what I hate about one versus the other. I'm trying to compare them to see what I like about both. One thing that I loved about the old Yakuza games was how they were very diverse. You could go through one thing, you can do multiple things at a time, have multiple tasks, and there was sub stories to last you days on end. Unless you're talking about the 15 hours of mahjong that you have to do in order to complete one challenge. And Infinite Wealth lacks on none of that. There are so many minigames, so many sub stories, so many things to do that within the hours upon hours of me playing, I still have yet to get super bored of it. There's always something that you could be doing, always something to 100%, and there's even special surprises for people that do stuff to the fullest.
一番さん俺でしたおめえ誰だよ勉強になり
As a game itself, I think that Infinite Wealth crosses everything that you would ever want on a Yakuza game. It has the story, it has the sub stories, it has the fun mini games, has a plethora of fun mini games actually, and it has new content that it always brings to you, such as writing segues. You can customize said segue. You can also do different like cool little missions like delivering food. You can do so much to improve your character, and not just your character but your whole team. And you can even optimize your stuff. I think that in total is something that is very good because you always want to keep it going whenever you have a good game. You always want something to keep you rolling through what needs to be done. And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth does that exactly how you would want to. Now, personally, I'm still only within the first few chapters, as I was saying, but to be honest with you, it's going to be a sad day when I beat this game because I'm trying to get it 100%. And while that might take days, while that could take weeks, it could take a large amount of time. This game has still kept me in there no matter what. Like, I feel like if I get bored of one part of it, I could just go to another and it's a completely different game. You get everything that you need to, and which is why it will be sad when I finally beat it. Because I think that overall, you put so much into something, you'll feel really, really accomplished. But it's also like there's so much that you can do, so much that is needed to do that when it's all done, what would you have left? And I think that is what matters the most about a game and why it's one of my favorites is because it'll leave you wondering, leave you ready for the next game, leave you ready for what may happen. And to me, that is what makes it one of my favorite games of all time, at least within the new year. But of course, with every good game, there also has to be the couple of complaints with it too. Now, I think for me in total, I would say it'd probably only just be the money system. I remember like going to a couple stores and having something be like 1.7 million or something like that, and it's like you get maybe 10, 20 bucks every time that you fight somebody, and it's like that I don't know, the math right there a little bit. It's just not my thing. But I think other than that, I don't really have a problem with anything else, any other aspect. I mean, I think the weapons, the jobs, everything that you could do within the game kind of speaks for itself and tells its own type of thing that you would need to understand. Like it, there is no complaint from me there. As far as anything else, probably honestly just the money system. Uh, it does take a little bit of time to make like friends and everything too, but I kind of like that because it gives you a reason to go out more, to go explore everything, and especially once you start getting everything on the radar, I think that's when it really gets interesting too. So yeah, I think honestly though, I mean, it's just a great game, and I would highly recommend to go check it out. I will be posting like an updated video once I finally beat the game. I'll have more info by then. But I also just want to point out right now, in the video playing right now, uh, Kasuga, that man not only messes up so much, but he also gets friend zoned too within the first chapter. There is no more relatable guy than Kasuga himself. So all I'm saying is that if you want a game that's not only going to push you out there, it's going to get you, that's also going to make you feel emotions that you haven't felt, but also just pure secondhand embarrassment, you will absolutely love this. I also just want to note, while she did say that she's there with him till the end, she actually just ghosts him like right after. Now, I gotta say, wrapping it all up in total, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Now, while I would give it a 10 out of 10, but to me, it's not going to be perfect. And to be honest, I mean, I'd rather wait to change that up until I fully complete the game. And now I'm kind of going based off of just a few chapters and a lot of the sub stories. But I do want to say that coming from me, probably doesn't mean anything. But I could say that as like a serious Yakuza fan and as somebody who's loved the games, it definitely does its part to not make sure that everything is so uh confusing at first. It does do like a little bit of time hopping quite frequently, but it's okay because it's not hard to catch on what happens. You just kind of got to pay attention. Also, Nancy's back in it too, which that's also always a plus. Overall, buy the game. Uh, Check it out. See for yourself. Tell me what I did right. Tell me where you disagree, or say that my opinion doesn't mean anything because I only have one video. So, with that being said, thank you.